The Alchemist is one of the most powerful and inspiring books ever written. It tells the story of a young shepherd named Santiago, who dreams of finding a hidden treasure near the Egyptian pyramids. But his journey becomes much more than a search for gold. It becomes a journey of faith, purpose, and destiny. This story reminds us that sometimes the real treasure is not what we find, but who we become along the way. What if the treasure you've been chasing your whole life isn't buried in the desert, but deep within your own heart? Every person has a dream, but only a few are brave enough to follow it. This is the story of a young shepherd named Santiago, who travels the world in search of his destiny and discovers that the real treasure was within him all along. Santiago lives a simple life as a shepherd in Spain. Every night he dreams of finding a treasure buried near the Egyptian pyramids. One day, he decides to follow that dream. He sells his sheep and begins a journey across the desert, in search of something greater than gold. Santiago was a young shepherd who lived in the rolling hills of Andalusia, Spain. He loved the open sky, the sound of the wind, and the freedom of wandering with his flock. But deep inside, he carried a silent restlessness, a feeling that life had something more waiting for him. Every night he dreamed of the same thing, a hidden treasure buried at the foot of the Egyptian pyramids. In his dream, a child would take his hand and whisper, "Go to the pyramids, and there you will find a treasure." At first, Santiago ignored the dream, thinking it was nothing more than imagination. But the dream returned again and again, until he could no longer ignore it. He visited a gypsy woman who interpreted dreams, and she told him, "The treasure exists. Go find it." Still uncertain, Santiago meets an old man, a mysterious figure who calls himself Melchizedek, the king of Salem. The old man speaks of the personal legend, every person's destiny, the one thing they were born to fulfill. He tells Santiago, "When you really want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." These words ignite something powerful inside Santiago. For the first time, he feels that his dream is not foolish. It's a message from life itself. He sells his flock of sheep, gathers his savings, and sets out on a journey toward Africa, toward his destiny. He doesn't know what he will find, or if the treasure is even real, but he knows one thing: he can no longer stay where he is. The boy who once wandered the fields of Spain now walks toward the endless sands of the desert, guided only by his heart. This is how every great journey begins, not with certainty, but with faith. Santiago's first step was not just toward the pyramids, but toward himself. The Alchemist reminds us that the journey to our dream is also the journey to ourselves. Maybe the treasure you're looking for is already within you.